guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you these 5 DIYs that you can make for your BFF or just for yourself. Start by tracing and cutting on cardboard 4 pieces like this one with these measurements, and 1 square with these measurements. Then after that, you're going to paint the inside of all the pieces, and then you can use some hot glue and glue them together. To make it a lot neater, I'm going to cover the raw edges and the glue with strips of paper like these. And then for the top part, I'm going to use some strips of paper that look like this, and as you can see there's these little slits here that will make it easier to cover this side. Now you should have something that looks kind of like this, and after that you're just going to cover each side of the box with some paper. Then using some red cardstock, I'm going to cut out little strips that go from top to bottom of the box, and then I'm just going to glue 3 of the strips onto each side of the box, and now it should look kind of like this. Then I made this cutout with some white cardstock and outlined it with a red marker, and then I used that same red marker to write out the word pop, and I used a pen to write the words num num. To make this adorable little face, I also used some cardstock, and then I just quickly glued them onto the box. To make the lid, you're going to measure the top of the box, and this will depend on the thickness of the cardboard you use. Just make sure you cut it a little bit smaller so that it's easier to take it on and off. When you have it ready, you can cover it with yellow paper on both sides. With the same color of paper, I'm going to make these little kind of cloud shapes, but these will be the popcorn, and you're going to leave a little tab on the bottom. Then make some more of these little shapes with different lengths at the bottom. When you have all of them ready, you're just going to carefully fold the little tabs so that they kind of look like this. And don't forget to draw the little faces. And after that, you're going to take a piece of cardboard, and then you're just going to cover it with some yellow paper. Then take the lid and make a little slit in the middle of it, then add some hot glue in the opening, and after that, just stick the piece of cardboard in. Next, take the tallest popcorn you have and glue it right in front of the cardboard strip. Now arrange all of the popcorns from the shortest ones in the top, and then just work your way back. Remember that the popcorn in the middle is the strongest one, so you will have to hold that to open and close the popcorn box. Now I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can put inside your popcorn box. Start by finding the smallest cup that you have that has a lid, and then bring your favorite slime ingredients. Mine are glue and liquid starch. For my slime, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of clear glue, and then a little bit of cornstarch, and finally some food coloring. And I'm sure you know how it goes by now. You just have to mix it and mix it and mix it until you get the perfect consistency. This slime will be a Coca-Cola crunchy slime. That's why I use black food coloring. And for the fake ice, I'm just going to use these little plastic ice that I got at the craft store. Then I will cut a little bit of this red straw, and then I'm going to stick it in the lid of my tiny cup. Using red cardstock paper, I cut a strip like this, and then using a white marker and paint, I made this little strip, and then using the Coca-Cola font, I wrote Cola Cute because I didn't want to write Coca-Cola, and cute was the closest thing that came to my mind. And then I couldn't forget the cute face. And to make it a little bit shiny and protect it, I used some clear tape. And to finish off this Coca-Cola crunchy slime, I used double-sided tape to stick on the label. And depending on the size of your cup, your slime might be big or small like mine. And I really apologize because I don't have any crunchy slime sounds because I didn't want to make this video really long. For the next idea, cut out as many pieces of paper as you would like, then even them out, put a binder clip on one of the edges, and then make sure they're all evened out and straight, and then add some glue onto the edges, making sure that all the pages are covered in glue. Then cut a strip of red cardstock paper and put it on the edge that has glue. Add more glue to the edges and then stick them on. Bring another binder clip and hold that part until it dries. While it dries, cut out 2 rectangles with these measurements. And if you don't have these kind of scissors, you can always use another kind of scissors. The next step is to add some glue and then glue on the red rectangle, which by the way I made it into kind of like a retro cinema ticket, but I'm not sure if that's what they really look like. But I think this design looks really cute and goes with the theme. So let's move on to the next idea. For that, you're going to need some black cardstock in these pieces, and I'm naming them 1, 2, and 3. These are the measurements. You can pause the video for as long as you want to. Take the piece number 2 and cut on these little areas as I'm doing. Now you should have 4 corners that you have to glue together, and after that you should have a box. Then take piece number 1 and fold it like this. For this piece, the glue will go on this part. At the end, you should have a lid and a box, and when you slide them into each other, they match perfectly. Now it's time for pieces number 3, but for them we're also going to use a metal brass like this one, except use the tiniest one you can find. Put the smaller piece on top of the big piece and then draw a line. Using a white marker, I drew some diagonal lines, each a centimeter apart. Then I'm doing the same thing on the bigger piece, except in the opposite direction. After that's done, fill every other stripe with marker or paint. To put on the metal brass, put the smaller piece on top of the bigger piece and then push the brass in. As you can see, this turned out into a clapper. I just drew a face, some lines, and wrote production, which will be the name of the movie, director, which will be you and your friend, and the date, scene, and take. Since this will be a box, I decided to add in some candies, and in my case, I'm adding some lifesavers on purpose, because the name of the movie will be called You Are My Lifesaver. I think this would be an awesome gift idea to give to your best friend, because she is your lifesaver. And for the last idea, you're going to need a rectangle of cardstock with these measurements. Cut another rectangle that's the same size except without the center and with a little half circle at the top. Cover the white rectangle with clear contact paper. Then I'm going to cut 1 centimeter off from every edge because I'm going to use some glue and the glue only sticks to the paper. So the glue will only go on the 1 centimeter edge, and after you add the glue, you can add on the rectangle. Then I cut a half circle and glued it onto the top. You can also decorate it with some paper stars, and I made these with a hole punch, and these will go right here. I also punched out some circles that will kind of look like the lights on the billboard, which is a place where they put the titles of the movies that are going to be shown. This is going to be an erasable card, but if you want to hang it up, just use some ribbon and cover it up with a piece of paper. Make sure to use an erasable marker to write out a message before you send it to your friend. And I decided to use this quote because it's really funny. We are best friends. Always remember that if you fall, I will pick you up after I finish laughing. Now you have 5 crafts to give to your BFF or to just keep to yourself, so don't worry if you don't have one. I hope you find these gift ideas for your best friend really easy and cute like I do. And as always, until next time, bye!